Now let's talk about the actual performance. Now that you've done the preparation, you're going to feel more comfortable playing in front of people. Now, when I say an audience, this can be around a campfire, it can be a few people in your living room, it can be an auditorium full of people. Doesn't matter. Once you've done this preparation, though, you're going to be confident in the material that you're playing, so you're not walking out there unsure of what it is, you know, that you're going to play, or even that you can play it, because you've already gone through the preparation steps. Preparation is the key to put yourself in a good position for success. So, number one, when you get in front of people and start playing, just stop for a second. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Keep your breathing slow. When we get nervous, we tend to, we'll seize up, we'll get tight in our shoulders and everywhere else, and our breathing will get shallow. Before you even go to play, focus on your breathing and keep that breathing nice and slow and even, and let that focus relax you. Then that puts you in a position, now that you've done your preparation, your first thought is, I'm going to breathe so that I can relax. And once you're relaxed, that helps put you in a position, to be able to execute what it is that you've worked so hard to learn. Secondly, for the performance, and it's not always possible to do this, but you want to make sure that you're physically warm. It's very important to have your hands be warm, and sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes it's cold in the room, or if you're playing outside around a campfire, it may be cold. But try to get your hands warm, whatever you need to do this, whether it's gloves or warm water or whatever. One of the things that I found that helps is to make sure my entire body is warm. So before I play, I may go walk around or do some physical type activity so that my blood is flowing, into my hands, so that I am warm, so that not only do my hands feel warm, but my body feels warm. So that's part of, getting into the performance. You want to make sure, number one, that you're relaxed, that you're breathing and you're relaxed. Focus on your breath. And number two, that you're warm. Your hands definitely, but if your body is warm, that makes it much easier to keep your hands warm as well. And warm hands work a lot better than cold hands. The next step in the performance is kind of ignore the audience. That's going to be easy for you to do if you've done your preparation in your material, because you're not really even going to think so much about the audience. You've gone through the steps that we talked about. You know the material well. It's going to be easy for you to sit down, or if you're playing standing up, you're going to get into the music, and you're just going to kind of ignore the audience. The audience will be there. You may be aware that they're there, but your focus won't be on them. Your focus is going to be on your material that you've put all of this preparation into. You have to remember, as a musician, we're playing for our enjoyment too. We're here, we want to entertain the audience, but we play for our own enjoyment too. When I play live, I'm aware of the audience, but I'm having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, especially if I'm prepared and ready to go on what it is that I'm doing. So I'm playing for my enjoyment. The audience gets to enjoy it too, but all of that work and all that preparation that I put in makes it so that I can enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm not worried about remembering the song or where does this chord go. The preparation makes it possible for you to enjoy your own performance. And the more you do that, the more you prepare, and the more you go through this process, you're going to enjoy it more. It's fun. There's nothing like playing live. It's the best experience for me as a musician. With your audience, you also have to remember that they're really on your side. I can't really remember ever going to a show or watching someone play and thinking, boy, I hope they screw up. Your audience isn't thinking that towards you. They're on your side. They want you to do well. I mean, they're there to enjoy the music, and they're not sitting there thinking, boy, I think they're going to make a mistake. So don't even let that thought enter your mind. Your audience is on your side, and when you walk out, and get ready to play, and you're confident in what you're doing, you'll feel that. You'll feel that the audience is really on your side, and you have to know that it's true. Your audience wants you to do well. Think about when you go to watch bands and musicians play. You're not there to boy, you don't say to your friend, hey, I hope they screw up today. No, you're wanting to go see these musicians play because you enjoy the experience of the music. And that's, you have to remember, that's how your audience looks at you as well. And you want to try to play in front of people as often as you can. It does get easier. I can remember, early on in my electric guitar career, there were some times where it was difficult. It's a different experience. It feels strange. I wish I had known some of these things, about recording myself and ways to prepare, because I really didn't know that. Sometimes I would get up and play thinking I knew something, but I really didn't know it because I hadn't gone through all of those steps. And I just can't emphasize how important that proper preparation is, so that you can, feel confident, feel good about what it is that you're going to perform prior to performing it and while you're in the middle of it as well. But it does get easier the more you do it. Just like the first couple times, if you haven't recorded yourself, videoed yourself, or ran an audio recording of yourself playing, it's difficult at first. It's going to feel different. But the more you do it, it's going to get easier. And that's what I talked about before with, playing in front of a friendly audience. If you can play in front of people as often as you can, if you have kids, play in front of your kids, play in front of, other family members, your mom. You can do it, like I said, when they're, doing something else, when they're doing the dishes or folding laundry. Just force yourself to get in front of people and play. Come out of your practice room and bring your music out so that other people can hear it. You don't want to do it all the time, because when we practice, we want to kind of practice by ourselves so we can focus on what we're doing. But that performance part of it is learned, just like everything else that we practice on the guitar. It's something that's acquired over time, and you'll get better at it by doing it. During your performance and after your performance, remember to be easy on yourself too. If you do make a mistake or something goes wrong, do not beat yourself up. Like I was telling you earlier about music school, the first couple times that I played classical guitar in the performance class, I literally had to stop. I couldn't finish. It was terrible. It was a real blow to my ego, and it really bothered me, but only for a short amount of time, because the class, you're forced every week to get back up in front and play. So I had to be able to leave that behind. Had to be easy on myself. The thing that it did do for me was it changed my preparation, because I did not want that to happen again. So do not beat yourself up if something goes wrong. Go easy on yourself. If you're not happy with your results, then you have to go back and look at your preparation and change what you're doing there so you don't get those same results the next time you play. But go easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Nobody else is. Your audience isn't. Don't beat yourself up. Depending on where you're playing, avoid alcohol and drugs. They really don't help. You can, some guys will talk about, yeah, I have a few beers or whatever, it helps me relax. I don't really think that's the case. You may think you're relaxed, you may feel relaxed, but it does not take much in the way of alcohol to start, dulling your technique, and you're just not aware of as much what you're doing. So alcohol and drugs are not a way to cope with stage fright, and I would say that the best thing to do is just to avoid them altogether. They really don't help over the long haul. It's back to the preparation and doing all the other things we talked about. So save the partying and fun for after the performance if you're into that, not before. Most of all, remember to have fun. This is why we got into music. We were inspired by it. We wanted to have fun with it. Like I said, you're the one playing and not your audience. They wish they were you. Remember that. Your audience, they wish they were you. Think about that when you go to see a band play before you're a musician. You probably thought to yourself, boy, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. So your audience is on your side. Have fun. Your audience wishes they were you, and when they see you having fun, they're going to want to wish it even all the more. So in summary, remember the 4 points for our preparation. We want to make sure that we select the right material, that we break that material down and practice it in a way that we can get through the entire song and practice the entire song. And then third, you're going to want to work on recording yourself and just, listening and watching those recordings so that you start to approximate the feel of playing in front of an audience. and then you're going to want to start playing in front of a friendly audience. So those are the 4 things that you need to do in order to prepare to play in front of people. And as you're approaching the actual performance, the points that you want to remember are relax. And for me, that it helps me before I go to play to get in tune with my breath, to focus on breathing, deep and slow as opposed to a nervous, shallow, and that helps relax my, my entire body, and it gets my brain kind of, it's like the switch that says, okay, here we go, it's coming. So that's what I do, is I focus on my breath. Second of all, try to get warm. If it's cold out, do some physical activity. If you've got a few minutes before you're going to play, go walk, or even if you've got to run, or do jumping jacks, or do something to get the blood flowing so that your body is warm. You want to make sure that you're warm. And once you start playing, because of all your preparation, you're going to be able to focus on your performance and enjoy it. Remember that the audience is on your side. They wish that they were you and they were the ones that were actually playing. Play in front of people as often as you can, even that small friendly audience, family members, friends. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So force yourself to play in front of people. Come out of your practice room, plan it ahead of time, once a week or whatever. Just get used to doing it. Go easy on yourself. If you do make a mistake or something derails, it's going to happen. It happens to all musicians at all levels, even pros. I mean, sometimes things happen when you're playing. So remember to go easy on yourself. Let it go. Don't dwell on your mistakes. Once you get going playing the song, keep it going. Keep going through it. Play through your mistakes. Don't stop. Don't make a face. Get used to playing through the entire song. That's where the preparation comes from. So don't stop when you're in your performance. Keep it going. Avoid alcohol and drugs before performances. Not a good idea. And I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Have fun. Your audience wishes that they were you. You get to play in front of people, and they're not the ones doing it. They're on your side. They don't want to see you screw up. To help you get used to playing complete songs, follow the link at the bottom of the screen for the program, How to Play Guitar in a Band, even if you have little experience on the guitar. What this program will do is it gives you songs, and different parts of them shows you exactly how to break them down and how to play them. And in this program there's also backing tracks included. By backing I mean there's drums, rhythm guitar, bass, so that it gives you the actual feel of playing in a band. And you can learn these songs and take them and play them in front of other people. And the principles that are in this program you can take and apply to any other song that you want to learn. This is a really good start for getting used to playing and preparing material so that you can play in front of people. So check out the How to Play in a Band, even if you have little experience playing the guitar product, so that you can get used to playing complete songs and get yourself on your way to your first performance.